Hello, everyone, and welcome to this podcast. If you're looking to expand your English vocabulary and improve your language skills, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into the famous book, 504 Absolutely Essential Words, a fantastic resource for mastering key English words used in everyday conversations, exams, and professional settings. In this podcast, we will learn 6 words from this book, and by the end, we will have a short story using these 6 words. You'll learn their meanings, how to pronounce them correctly, and how to use them in sentences. By the end of this lesson, you'll feel more confident using these words in your speaking and writing. Lesson 14. The first word is unique. It means having no like or equal, being the only one of its kind. The first example. Going to Africa was a unique experience for us. The second example, the inventor developed a unique method of making ice cream. The third example, Albie has a unique collection of Israeli stamps. The fourth example, this antique watch has a unique design that you won't find anywhere else. The fifth example, visiting the Northern Lights was a unique experience that I'll never forget. The second word is torrent. It means any violent rushing stream, flood. The first example, a massive rain was coming down in torrents. The second example, in the debate, a torrent of questions was asked. The third example, after trying to defraud the public, Lefty was faced with a torrent of charges. The fourth example, after the storm, a torrent of water rushed down the mountain. The fifth example, he faced a torrent of criticism after the controversial decision. The third word is resent. It means feel injured and angered at. The first example, Bertha resented the way her boyfriend treated her. The second example, the earthquake victim resented the poor emergency care. The third example, Columbus resented the fact that his crew wanted to turn back. The fourth example, she resented her colleague for taking credit for her work. The fifth example, they resented the unfair rules imposed by the manager. The fourth word is molest. It means interfere with and trouble, disturb. The first example, my neighbor was molested when walking home from the subway. The second example, the gang did a thorough job of molesting the people in the park. The third example, lifeguards warned the man not to molest any of the swimmers. The fourth example, the travelers were molested by bandits on their journey. The fifth example, she spoke out against those who had molested her in the past. The fifth word is gloomy. It means dark, dim, in low spirits. The first example, my cousin was gloomy because his best friend had moved away. The second example, The reason Doris wasn't popular was that she always had a gloomy appearance. The third example, Jones Beach is not so beautiful on a gloomy day. The fourth example, the sky was gloomy, covered with thick gray clouds. The fifth example, his gloomy expression showed that he was lost in deep thought. The sixth word is unforeseen. It means not known beforehand, unexpected. The first example, we had some unforeseen problems with the new engine. The second example, the probe into the congressman's finances turned up some unforeseen difficulties. The third example, the drivers faced unforeseen trouble in their search for the wreck. The fourth example, the company faced an unforeseen drop in market demand. The fifth example, they didn't anticipate the unforeseen consequences of their decision. Now, we have a short story from the words we have learned. The unforeseen storm. In the gloomy town of Ravencroft, people walked through the misty streets, their faces etched with quiet resignation. Among them was Lena, a unique soul who refused to fade into the gray monotony that surrounded her. While others clung to routine, she sought adventure, longing for something extraordinary to shatter the stillness. One evening, as she wandered by the cliffs, an unforeseen storm emerged. Thunder cracked through the sky, and the wind howled like a restless spirit. A torrent of rain crashed down, soaking the earth and sending waves thrashing against the jagged rocks below. She turned to retreat, but found herself surrounded by shadows that felt eerily alive. Suddenly, a cloaked figure emerged from the storm. His eyes, cold and calculating, held an unmistakable menace. "You shouldn't be here," he murmured, stepping forward, his presence suffocating. Lena tried to flee, but the man's grip tightened on her wrist, his touch enough to make her resent every reckless choice that had led her there. But Lena was not one to surrender. With every ounce of strength, she broke free, pushing him backward into the raging storm. The waves swallowed him whole, and as his figure disappeared beneath the churning water, the wind seemed to carry away the darkness that had plagued her town for years. The morning after, Ravencroft was no longer gloomy. The storm had washed away secrets long buried, and Lena stood beneath the golden light, knowing she had changed everything. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson, and until the next one, goodbye.